She just got a bonus. Stephanie White cites Caitlin Clark's $30,000 as reason behind her technical foul. Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White found herself in the spotlight during Thursday night's matchup against the Las Vegas Aces, not just for her team's dominant performance, but for picking up a technical foul. While technical fouls often draw concern or criticism, White's reaction was refreshingly lighthearted. She jokingly credited Caitlin Clark's recent $30,000 bonus as the reason she wasn't worried about the fine. The incident occurred at Gainbridge Fieldhouse during the fourth quarter of what would become a convincing 74-59 victory for the Fever. Emotions ran high after a physical off-ball screen was set on Kelsey Mitchell by an Aces player. The aggressive play didn't sit well with White, who reacted strongly from the sidelines. Cameras caught her animatedly punching the air and gesturing in frustration toward the referee, which led to the technical being assessed. In the post-game press conference, White addressed the situation with a smile. "I was making a point," she said, emphasizing the intensity of the moment and her desire to stand up for her players. She then joked, "She just got a bonus, she can cover my fine," referring to Clark's $30,000 windfall following the Fever's Commissioner's Cup championship earlier in the week. Caitlin Clark and the $30,000 bonus. White's quip about Caitlin Clark's earnings came in the wake of the Fever's win over the Minnesota Lynx in the Commissioner's Cup final. That victory earned the Indiana Fever a $500,000 team bonus, distributed among the players. Each player, including the injured Clark, received $30,000. Despite not playing in the game due to a groin injury, Clark was very much part of the celebration, both as a leader and motivator for the team. The Fever's win marked a major milestone for the franchise and further signaled their rapid improvement over recent seasons. A historic win over the Aces. Thursday's game also marked a historic moment for the Fever. It was their first win over the Las Vegas Aces since 2019. The Aces, one of the league's powerhouses, have consistently dominated matchups with Indiana in recent years. But this time, the script was flipped. Indiana not only beat the Aces, they did so in dominant fashion. The Fever's defense suffocated Las Vegas throughout the game, holding them to just 59 points. It was a statement win for a young team trying to find its footing in a tightly contested league. White praised her team's defensive tenacity, emphasizing that it was one of the biggest factors in back-to-back wins over two of the WNBA's top teams. Defensive identity taking shape. With Thursday's win, the Fever improved to a 9-8 record and jumped past the Aces into 7th place in the standings. A key to Indiana's recent success has been their defense. In their previous outing against the Lynx, a game that sealed the Commissioner's Cup title, the Fever allowed only 59 points. Against Las Vegas, they repeated the feat with another suffocating defensive effort. Stephanie White highlighted this growing defensive identity during her media availability. "We're starting to understand what it takes to win consistently. Defense travels, and we're finally showing that grit on that end of the floor," she said. Players like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell have been central to this defensive surge, with Boston protecting the paint and Mitchell applying pressure on the perimeter. With Caitlin Clark sidelined, the Fever have embraced a grittier, more physical style of play, something White has been pushing for all season. A turning point for the Fever? The Fever's back-to-back wins over the Lynx and Aces could signal a turning point for the team. After years of rebuilding and inconsistent performances, Indiana now boasts a young, hungry core that's starting to click under White's leadership. Caitlin Clark's presence, both on and off the floor, has energized the franchise. While her groin injury kept her out of the past few games, her leadership and star power continue to be felt. And with the team riding high on momentum, her eventual return could make the Fever even more dangerous down the stretch. Final thoughts. Stephanie White's technical foul may have come in the heat of the moment, but her humorous nod to Caitlin Clark's $30,000 bonus offered a glimpse into the strong chemistry and light-hearted confidence building within the Fever locker room. More importantly, Indiana's win over the Aces, following their Commissioner's Cup triumph, shows that the Fever are no longer just a rebuilding team, they're contenders on the rise. As the season progresses, all eyes will be on how this young team continues to develop. With Clark nearing a return, White's passion on the sidelines, and a growing defensive identity, the Indiana Fever may be writing a new chapter, one where they're not just competing, but winning.